Alright guys, so what we have here is probably my favorite level out of the ones I made, Seesaw Ride. And I'd say this is my favorite because of how creative I think I kind of got with the idea here. Now, you might be thinking, oh, well, it's just riding on a seesaw with some colorful pipes, just by looking at the little thumbnail. That's not too hard. Well, you think it's not too hard right now? You know, I'll be honest, when you first play this level, it's going to be difficult because it's really down to learning a pattern. The enemies, the fireballs, and the power-ups, they all appear on screen in a pattern. And going along with the speed of the seesaw, really it just comes down to learning where your character needs to be placed, which enemies you're going to need to worry about, because as you see, a lot of them you really don't need to worry about. They're just kind of there. But I think it was kind of clever either way to have a whole bunch of enemies just flying out of the pipes. But anyway, like I said, it just comes down to learning the pattern, and with the fireballs, I put coins wherever they spawn, so you'll know, you know, like when they come up, they'll be like, okay, don't stand here, fireballs are probably gonna pop up. And also, now that we're getting more towards the end, I put a bunch of fire flowers around and about because you're gonna need them. You know, it's impossible to beat this level without getting hit, but with good practice and good timing, you will be able to... It's a manageable level. And as you saw as well, some of the fire flowers do land on the platform with you. There's a fire flower by the checkpoint as well. And really, this is the only portion... I was gonna say part or port. Yeah. This is the only portion that is a bit tedious because for some reason the seesaw starts traveling and it goes back and forth a couple times because this trek isn't as long as the first one, but the seesaw, for whatever reason, you know, it's coming back now, but it goes away for a little bit. But here we have more of the pipes with the enemies and the fireballs and the fire flowers to deal with. But like I said, pretty short limitation. Yeah, they limited me on how many of these pipes I could actually use, but you know what, that level enough, you know, I feel like it was a fair amount of the level enough. So now I just add a little pink coin section thing, just because I wanted to utilize more of the different elements. Since this was one of my earlier levels, I was still kind of getting used to like, oh, what does this do? How can I implement this? So that's why there's a lot of these pink coin challenges. You know, just the 5 different kind of mini-game things. And this one was so small, short, you know, I figured why not, just add it in. So the first ones were more or less just running jumping challenges. This one's the same thing, just with the what's it called? The blue coins. But you might be wondering how we're gonna get that one. Just like that, with one of those invisible block vine plant guys. And now the key is ours, just gonna make our way back. The only hindrance with that is going to be those burner fire bars from right there, but they don't last for too long, so we can just zoom right past them. And we're going to be meeting Bowser and Bowser Jr., if you saw from earlier on the bottom right. I tricked you. P-switch door. I mean, come on, I really just wanted to use one of those. I never thought of a good place for them beforehand, so I was like, alright, I want to add those in. But that's Seesaw Ride. And then a nice little experience. Again, it might seem really difficult at first, but trust me, all it takes is practice, and once you learn the pattern, it's a pretty fair level to kind of breeze through. Normally it takes me about 3 attempts at this point, but that's because I've also played it so much. Anyway, if you want to check out the level, course ID is on your screen and in the description, and thank you for watching the video, guys.